To create a new contact, click on the New button in the toolbar. Or you can right-click in a blank area of the contact window and choose New Contact. Or you can double-click in a blank area to bring up a new contact card. Let's begin by filling in the person's name. Notice that to the left of the name there's a button called Full Name. Clicking on that will make sure that Outlook has correctly sorted which is the first and last names and so on. If it's unclear or incomplete, Outlook might bring this window up automatically. Usually it sorts it out just fine. Also, notice File As. So we've put in John Smith's information here, but you can choose how Outlook is going to file this contact card. The default is, of course, last name first. And what's really important here is that you're consistent with how you file your contacts, so you'll know how to search for them and find them in the list. Let's enter some other information. Notice I typed in jsmith@smithcon as the email address, and it automatically filled in the display as. So you can choose how it's going to be displayed. I'm leaving it as John Smith in brackets with the email address. Next, you can put in a web page address, an instant messaging address if necessary or desired. Beside the email address, there's a drop-down, and this will allow you to choose from 3 different email fields. So maybe John has more than one email. We've just put in email 1 in here. Let's put in email 2 as well. So I've put in his email address 1, his business email address, and another one in email address 2. And you can switch between them. We also have a place to put in phone numbers. And again, you can put more than one number in each of these fields by hitting the drop-down arrow next to each field. However, we do have 4 to work with here, so that's plenty for my purposes right now. We can put in an address. Now, I did not put in a complete address, and Outlook didn't recognize this as a complete address, so it pops up the check address window to make sure that I've done it correctly. Now, in my case, I just didn't do it completely, so I can move some things around here and set it up correctly. This is helpful to make sure Outlook recognizes the address correctly. And again, there's a drop-down list here, so you can put in multiple addresses. We can put in a business address, a home address, and another address. If you've got more than one address, you may want to check off this box to indicate which one is the mailing address. The first address that you type in will be set as the mailing address by default. There's also some other things we can add here. There's a place for notes. And also a picture. So if you have a picture of John you want to add to the contact information, simply click on the button here, and you can choose a picture. Notice we've also built what looks like a business card. We'll take a look at editing that further a little bit later on. In the ribbon, there's some other actions we can do, and we'll take a further look at those a little bit later, but for now, I'm ready to save and close. And if we click on the S's to find the Smiths, here we can see the contact information for John Smith that we just entered.